Like recording the banter?
Yes. So, you want this on your channel or my channel?
I don't know. YTPC.
Oh, you can't hit the table.
Fantastic.
Let's put it on your channel.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I don't put anything on my channel anymore. People don't even know who I am. Who am I?
Padre Piper.
Coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube. Say hello there, YouTube pipe smoking community. How the heck are you?
Well, they're not going to see it anyway because it'll be on my channel.
That's true. No one watches your channel.
You can mock yourself.
I just did.
So
And
what do we-
actually, what I sounded like was Derek Tant mocking me.
Oh, right.
So that's really what I was mocking there. I was mocking the mayor, Derek Tant. Oh, we can't touch the table.
We've got to be very ginger with what we do because if we touch the table, that happens.
Now I'm feeling sick. Too much movement. All right, so it's a pipe smoking video, and I have a pipe. This is my my ROP, and that's about all I know about it. Is this the one that you sold me for like $20?
No.
You sold me a Zulu.
Yeah, not that one.
Not that one?
I didn't know to rob.
Okay, but you just sold me a Zulu.
I did. It was more tan than that. It wasn't as brown. It was like a light.
What kind was it?
I don't remember.
I don't even.
It wasn't a rob.
I don't even. I do like Zulus though. I do. Yeah, what you got?
I have a little cheapy Costello.
That's a Costello?
Yeah.
I would have thought that was a bone.
No, this is a unfinished Costello.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really cheap, like $20 or something. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't $20, but it's a nice pipe. It's a nice pipe.
$20 for a
With
Costello.
like there's a decimal like we talked about
Yes.
this.
Oh, that was just for the wife.
Yeah, there's $20 for the wife,
I understand.
$200 for the
I understand. You know what I'm going to use today?
what?
I'm going to use, and I invite you to use it too. This little
You're gonna tell them the story too?
tamper, and what do you call this little gizmo? The scraper.
Scraper.
Yeah, this was gifted to me by Wesley, who is Old Khakis. He and his son went down to a shipwreck. They're boaters, and he went down to a shipwreck, scubaed, and pulled up a bunch of wood from this sunken vessel, as well as some metal pieces from brass from like the doorknobs and hinges and those sorts of things. And he repurposed all of that into some of these that he gave out many moons ago in the YTPC. And I saw the other day Peter, Peter Tucker?
Mm-hmm.
He was posting he had a picture of his morning smoke on Facebook, and he was showing his off.
So
and I
is that
said,
like-
oh, I know where that came from.
So is it like an undersea urban exploration?
Something like that, I would imagine. I know the name of his boat is the Yellow Rose.
Yellow, like white rose, but yellow.
Yellow Rose. The only reason I remember that is we were chatting one time, somehow or another. But you remember, I think it was back in the day when on YouTube you could do messages back and forth. Remember that? Can't do
Yeah,
that.
you can do it more. Yeah.
Yeah, and he told me that, and Yellow Rose, he's in Texas, Yellow Rose, Texas, and that was my mom's favorite flower, the Yellow Rose, and she liked the song Yellow Rose, Texas, so
Oh.
that's why I remember the name of his boat.
Well, that's very sentimental.
It is. My mom passed away in 2014, so it's going to be 8 years in just a couple of months. Wow. Time
crazy.
flies. It does. It's very quick. All right, so we're just going to do this all day and...
We're just gonna chat, talk about pipes, but not actually smoke. But no, we're gonna do a video we've been we were supposed to have done
Many moons ago.
about 2 years ago, I think.
I don't think it came out that long ago.
I think so.
Really?
I think so.
Well, I would check my phone.
You want to do?
You know why I can't?
I'm gonna
check my
verify
phone?
this because
I'll
I
tell you.
messaged Quinn on Messenger.
You want to tell the people what it is that we're...
So Quinn of the Country Squire, tobacconist in Jackson, Mississippi, is one of their tobacconists that he doesn't generally work in the store now. That's one. I think he mostly does the shipping and receiving.
Oh, okay.
And the offsite. Anyway, but he came up with, and he continues to come up with some pretty interesting blends. And one of those was in addition to the Country Squire's world-renowned Middle Earth series that we actually did a series of videos on.
Yeah.
And he named it Mirkwood. So this is their sixth blend. What is it? No, seventh blend. Their sixth blend tray.
Now the problem with this is
It ain't there no more.
it ain't there no more. It was a limited edition, small batch.
The story was I ordered some Mirkwood, okay, and I said, hey Quinn, can you just throw another package of Mirkwood in my box? And
For the loser who wouldn't get on the internet and do it himself because he's too lazy.
If you could just throw another one in a box and I'll pay for it, he said, don't worry about it, I got it. So he sent Padre a thing of Mirkwood for free with the caveat that he had to do a video to...
And I'm such a slacker. Don't tell me it's been 2 years.
I'm going to verify that in just a second.
I think it's under a year.
It was before Ida. I know that much.
Oh my gosh, so that is over a year. Because Ida happened like a year ago, a week ago.
Okay, let me go to my messages here because I think
Lord. I am so sorry.
So anyway, so we were supposed to do a video. I said, I'll get Padre to do it. Don't worry about it.
That would make sense if it was right before Ida, because coming back from Ida, it was busy, very busy for months around here. You know, feeding people, fixing things. Yeah. And you know, my presence on YouTube has been
minimal.
This in 2022. Mark and I enjoyed a nice lunch together before we recorded this, and I was looking, and I have only made 3 videos this year, and so I'm a slacker.
I'm in January. I'm moving into December of 2020 now.
You could go to Tobacco Reviews and find out when it was released.
Yeah, it was in January of last year, so about a year and a half. Yeah.
January of 2020?
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
That would be a year and a half. Oh my Lord, I can't believe it's been that long. Wow. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Quinn.
I tried.
Yeah. And, all I can say is go to the Country Squire Tobacconist online and you can't order it. So.
But we're going to review it for you.
We're going to review it. When they re-release it and you go searching YouTube, you're going to find this. You're going to find it on his channel.
He may have already re-released it. No.
It's been long enough. Good Lord. All right. We're like 8 minutes into this and we haven't even packed our pipes. Good Lord.
I told you we should have put this on your channel. You know why? They're going to sit there with 8+ minute video on mine. Okay. Yours, they might.
They can put it on mine.
There we go.
I was trying to help.
That's what I'm talking about.
My channel's just my channel's like, it's like that non-affiliate, network affiliated TV station in your market that only shows reruns from the 1970s.
Right.
That's pretty much what my YouTube channel has become.
Oh.
You think you could spell a little more of that? If you could only...
It's not my house.
Oh, the camera caught that.
It's the Lord's house. And he doesn't care.
The Lord is neat.
All right.
Why did you even try to do it that way?
I don't know.
You got more on the table than you have in your pipe. What to do with this guy? All right, I'm going to load up neatly.
So Mirkwood, I believe, is a more Perique version of Old Toby, I believe.
Old Toby, that's correct. Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what I
think it has a lot in common with Old Toby.
I think it's less syrupy, less of the aromaticity, and a little more Perique. I think that's what.
A little Perique added in. That sounds about right.
Don't quote me on that. I'm speaking from memory here.
Of course, he could go to tobaccoreviews.com and get like legit, but he won't. He won't.
Tobacco reviews. Jeez.
the quickest way to do it is just Google Mirkwood pipe tobacco, and the first thing that's going to pop up probably is tobaccoreviews.com.
Leave me alone.
Can't teach this guy anything. So,
Look, there we go. Yes, I'm over 21. This is good. Okay, so limited small batch release available in 2-ounce bags. Not available, actually. Fine aromatic blend of Burley, Virginia's Black Cavendish, and Perique. Choice leaves are blended, carefully pressed into a generous cake, aged and then hand rubbed. Mirkwood is a hearty, full semi-sweet and kind to the mouth. Not a gooey, wet aromatic, but a hobbit aromatic, and that means comfort.
Hobbit means comfort?
That's what it says.
Comfort.
Would you like me to read you the
all of the reviews?
No, but like the get you in the mood.
Oh yeah, get me in the mood.
Many perilous paths have led you here to the edge of the Mirkwood forest.
Keep going,
The
baby.
old
Get me in the mood. Talk to me.
The old forest road is the one you must take. The way is narrow and dark with trees that are tall and menacing all around.
Do it with the Hobbit accent.
All right, I'm done.
I think they put something in my salmon kebab. All right,
We're gonna get ourselves banned from YouTube.
probably
Yeah,
at the very least thrown out of the YTPC.
adult content.
Actually, you know, I was on the YTPC more recently than my last video because I'm just remembering, and as were you. We were both presenters this year for the Pipe Week
Award show.
Pipe Awards,
Yeah.
right, for 2022.
Yeah.
We were both presenters in 2021, too.
Somehow they brought us back. I don't know why.
Don't know why either, but
Phil's gone a little nuts.
he likes us. Why, I don't know, but he likes us. And I think it was unfortunate that there was some community uproar over that.
Oh yeah, that's some
just-
people whining about why didn't we get to vote?
Yeah, why wasn't I nominated? Like, could you be a little more narcissistic?
Yeah, no, this is purely a
Yeah, and you know,
random thing.
it's such a westernized, if I can use, I was going to say American, but it wasn't just American. Some of the Europeans were complaining too. Just such a westernized, that everybody needs to have a say. Really?
You gotta have a trophy.
Did you get the vote for the Academy Awards? I don't think you did.
Everybody's gotta have a participation trophy.
Did you get the vote for the Grammys?
I did not.
I don't think you did. So, you know, this is just the Academy of Pipe Smokers. I just made that up, APS.
Phil.
The Academy of Pipe Enthusiasts and Smokers, APES.
No, they buy
But
AMC.
anyway, just chill, people. It's, you know, rather than, I don't know, I'm going to start preaching, so I don't want to do that. People just need to lighten up and just enjoy.
You mean like
You
that?
know, and if you don't enjoy, then move on. It's just, how is it? Ooh,
Life is
Good-
too short in the world.
good room note. You know, I've only had this once or twice, and I think because in the back of my mind, I was continually comparing it to Old Toby, that for me it wasn't holding up, because Old Toby is just a great aromatic, and it may, I don't know. So
Well, for somebody like me who doesn't really like aromatics all that much,
yeah.
this is a nice little, you know, not
that
quite
it
in your
was-
face.
Right. Not that it was bad. I just remember. I think it was unfair at some level of unconsciousness of me to compare it to Mirkwood. But you know what's interesting? That that room note that I'm getting. It's almost like I got a little hint of a marshmallow for a moment. But other than that, it is a fairly generic pipe smoking room note that most people would find pretty okay. It kind of smells like when you walk into Mayan.
Yeah.
You know, that's our local B&M. All right, you
Not
got
to be confused with the other B&M.
I don't know where he gets his material. What other B&M?
We'll take out the and
BM. Oh my. He's channeling his 12-year-old boy. The inner 12-year-old in all of us. You got any charring notes you want to share?
No, I got a pretty good light, so. But yeah, it's very mild. Incredibly, like.
There was something in the description about easy on the mouth. And I remember that.
There's
but
no bite.
That is usually the case with the Country Squire, and in particular, their aromatics. I don't know how they make an aromatic that doesn't, sting the crap out of you, but they do. Most of their aromatics are very mouth-friendly.
Well, this has been aging for a year and a half, so it's pretty tame by now, I think, as far as from...
Married well, too.
Maybe it was a little more hardy and full body when he released it back in January of last year, but now I think it's been dialed back quite a bit. I think aromatics tend to do that. They don't age and they don't get better per se, but they just kind of mellow.
They do. Everything in it kind of marries, and it's, I find that what happens is they become a little less complex, but in a good sort of way. Everything just sort of, comes together to blossom into what it was designed to be.
And that's why I don't mind waiting on aromatics. I don't mind letting them sit in a jar for a little while and kind of just mellow out and marry a little bit, because I think they just taste better.
I would agree with that. I mean, some blends, Virginia's in particular, the longer you can hold on to them, really, the better they seem to get. They just age as their friend.
Speaking of, didn't Cornell and Deal just come out with Carolina Riffley, like today?
Today, I think, yeah. The day we're filming this.
Wednesday, August 7th?
September.
Whatever.
September 7th?
Yeah.
September 7th, 2022.
In the year we're over. What do you think?
I like it. What I can tell you about this is I don't think you have to put a whole lot of thought energy into enjoying this blend. You kind of light it, you enjoy it, you're going to probably not offend people around you. The room note's far from offensive. Thus far, it is cool burning. It tends to have a clean flavor to it that,
It's quite good.
Yeah.
Good job, Quinn.
And there's leaf flavor too. There's
It's not just aromatic.
No, that's right. And there's some
taste the
leaf in
leaf.
there, which is really nice. It's well balanced in that respect that you are getting a little bit of some of those top flavors.
You can taste the
but
long bottom leaf.
it's enhancing the leaf note or the leaf flavor.
Speaking of the Country Squire in Jackson, Mississippi, in and of itself, we have to send our condolences to that city, huh?
For my own mental health, I've been trying to stay off of the news. And so when you told me about the upcoming pipe night, this is the text I get from him. Hey, October 24th, you need to get somebody to fill in for you for your Sunday masses, because we're going to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the calendar. October 24th is like a Thursday. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, September. He's not good with months, in case you hadn't noticed that. So he tells me I got to go, and then he says, pending the water. And I'm like, what does that even mean, pending the water? And so then he starts explaining, apparently there's issues in Jackson. And I thought maybe it was, I remember seeing something about the floods and such, but the flooding is over, but the flooding damaged the actual water system. Yeah, their purification plant and everything.
Unusable.
Yeah, so Jackson is really, they're in quite a predicament. Is the shop open?
Yeah, I think the shop's open.
It's publicly open?
I think
and I guess they're, because I think we got something through our ministry outreach arm where they were collecting water donations. They're bringing bottled water in and such. So that I don't know. Maybe by now they've got the water working again. It was boil water. No, really?
Yeah, it's still going on.
That's been a while, huh? A couple weeks.
Yep. Yeah, they were under a boil water advisory for at least a month prior, and then the whole thing failed. And
right.
now nobody has water. They have to. Well, they have water, but they have to boil it, and it's just
You don't have to, unless you want to die of dysentery.
And if you want to, then you have your opportunity.
There you go, right? You see, this is nice. This is just, on the palate, it is pleasant.
Not bitey at all.
It's not bitey, it's not harsh.
And then a little short pipe like this, I was kind of worried. So I'm like, oh, this is probably going to bite the crap out of me if I don't smoke it.
There's something,
slow enough.
I don't know what the secret is, but
The secret is Quinn. The secret is Quinn.
yeah, but predating Quinn, one of my favorite Country Squire blends is the PS blend,
Yeah.
which I think stands for Paul Simmons, who was, I might have that name wrong, and I do apologize if I do, and I apologize, and may he rest in peace, but he was a long time customer, way back when they first opened, and his blend was whatever this thing is, and they made it a store blend, PS, which for the initials of his name. I think it's Paul Simmons.
PS.
It's like Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, but it's Paul Simmons. For the Kiss fans out there. And that's a really, it's a semi-sweet like this, almost a dark chocolatey semi-sweet blend. It's one of my favorites. Why that blend does not heat up, I don't get it. It just stays so cool, so nice, so tasty. And that's what this one is reminding me of. A lot of like that PS. So my point is the Country Squire has a way of doing these aromatics and doing them right.
So the little blurb on tobaccoreviews.com is the private blend of Paul Simmons, a long-time Squire regular who died many years ago. Developed in the early 1970s, PS Blend is an exquisite hybrid blend featuring elements of soft aromatic tobaccos blended with the finest Latakia flakes. This tobacco is semi-sweet, spirited, and rich in flavor. So it's a crossover.
It is. It's a crossover. It's a hybrid. It, for those of you who miss your Frog Morton, not even close to tasting like Frog Morton, but it's that same genre. And just enjoyable as all get out. So I would highly recommend the PS Blend, even though we're here to talk to you about Mirkwood, which you probably can't get right now.
Ain't there no more.
But if you're watching this at a later date and they've re-released it, you need to get yourself.
Or if you're watching this and it's 2 years ago, then you can probably get it right now.
Right, they're going to bring it on full time?
No. We're talking to the people 2 years ago. They were this time travelers. They time traveled 2 years ago, then they're watching it now, and they would know to go ahead and order it because it's.
You know what I've been meaning to ask you about? How much acid do you drop?
None today. But those Delta 9 gummies.
But you know, now that you're now that your work release is in full swing and you're out of rehab, can I announce it?
Yeah, I got a job.
He's going back to work.
So I was off for people that don't know. Probably most of the people on your channel probably have no clue.
I think we talked about it.
I don't know, but
because I made a blend.
Yeah, I quit the job a year and a half ago. Oh yeah, the Marked Bullet. Yeah.
The Marksman, yeah. I made that as a tribute to his retirement.
So I quit my job a year and a half ago, pretty much almost to the day, I think. For my daughter, who's almost 3 now. What?
I keep hitting the table. I should back up. Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry. Your daughter, who's is she almost 3?
Yeah, she'll be 3 in December. Anyway, so.
You know why that went by so fast? There was that whole pandemic. Because I remember like going to the church men's club dinner for Christmas party. Mm-hmm. And you brought your wife, and she was like, she was ready to drop that kid in.
Yeah, that was right there.
That was a week before I think she was born or something.
Yeah.
So,
almost 3 months. Anyway, so I've been a stay-at-home dad for the past year and a half, and we finally decided to send me back to work and get her in daycare, and she's now in daycare currently right now, and I have a job that I'm starting next week. Actually, the job that I quit, they decided to rehire me for whatever reason.
They did want proof of his treatment outcome, and apparently clean from the heroin, the meth, and
99.1% pure methamphetamine.
We were having a discussion over lunch about the show Breaking Bad, which I've not seen, he has.
Currently
and
watching
everybody
it.
I know who has seen it has said it's a fantastic program. It's worth the binge watch. So I might get into it one day.
Anyway, so I'm not on acid right now, is what I'm trying to say. Potentially soon, but currently...
Pipe acid.
Oh, I gotta try the other way. This is not going in.
What are you trying to do there?
Stick this in the hole.
You got moisture already? Oh, it's a little short pipe, that's why.
Yeah, so it's collecting a little bit. I haven't smoked it all that much, but it's coloring nicely. It was a little more beige than that, probably around that color. Now it's kind of a darker.
I had no idea Costanza made Costanza.
Jerry!
Now you know what I really think of you.
Festivus of the Rusticus.
My little friend George. Costello, I didn't know they made an unfinished product. I did not know that.
Every now and then they'll come out with one. They're not all that common, but they're, you know.
It must be like their seconds that they just decide not to.
Well, they usually do a little, it's a nice sandblast.
Yeah.
It's called their Old Antiquari series. They do a sandblast on like that. And sometimes they do them unfinished, if the grain is good enough.
And I'm going to tell you what, usually what that means is you're going to get a quality pipe at less than the cost of that line.
Oh yeah, this is...
that brand typically. I've got unfinished Savinelli's, the Series 3. I've got Savinelli unfinished when they go back to being called something else. What were they called? Naked Savinelli's or something like that?
The unfinished.
Unfinished, yeah.
Yeah.
They're making Sav 3s. I've got Bones that are unfinished. So what is my point? My point is those are good pipes. Sometimes they have a little cosmetic blemish in the wood, and that's why they'll sandblast or whatever. That doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the way the instrument performs. And without the coating and the wax and everything on top of it, you get a cooler smoking pipe.
Yeah, that starts changing colors.
It does. So the patina kicks in. And
so yeah, this was actually a relatively cheap Costello, and it also was cheap because I bought it from Italy directly. So that's my little known secret, or probably a...
Speaking of that, right before we started recording, his cell phone went ding. He opens it up and
Oh, I got another pipe from Italy.
DHL was dropping off a package.
I get pipes in 2 days from this place. Anyway, so this is a kind of a poorly kept secret among them.
It's amazing that you can get a pipe directly from Italy as quickly as you do. And I'm not going to name any names, but their initials are P and C. Can't get your crap for 3 months.
Yeah. But it's a poorly known secret in the Costello aficionado circle that there's a few pipe shops in Italy that you can buy from. You don't pay VAT tax, and the pipes are generally cheaper because you're getting them directly from Italy. You're not having to pay a go-between from an American distributor. So
DHL became your distributor.
DHL is my distributor.
Mm-hmm.
I pay them $20 to get it to me in 2 days.
Wow.
So cheaper pipe and cheaper.
Well, I'm chugging this and it's not heating up. It's not getting harsh.
Actually, it'll be light, but
it's nice. Retro Hail, that's where the flavor is in this blend. And I'm enjoying this day a cold Diet Coke.
I'm enjoying some oolong tea, which
from the Padre stash.
From the Padre stash, you actually brew it twice, according to the Keurig cup.
Double brewer.
So I'll make it a cup to go.
Alrighty. So you're heading back to work. So you've been out of the workforce for
a year and a half. And I left the workforce as a lead teller. And I'm returning to the workforce as a universal banker senior. Means I'm old.
a senior universal banker, a sub.
Sub.
They're going to send him all over the place.
So now I can actually say, well, what do you do for a living? I'm a banker, sir. I work in the finance industry.
Yes. Well, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's very good.
I like this.
Excellent.
Quinn needs to do more of these.
I think he probably is. I think Mirkwood is one of those. I don't know if it was supposed to be an annual blend, and I don't think there's been a re-release of it yet. But I know it's one that I'm pretty sure he's going to do.
What was the last one they did with the McClellan?
Whale Song.
Whale Song.
Yeah.
That was Quinn too, right?
Yeah, that was the last of their stock.
What is Quinn's last name?
Crawford.
Okay, so there's also Caleb Crawford.
But they're not related.
They're not related, but they
No.
both work at the. And until that blend came out, first, and I'm friends with both of them on Facebook. At least I think I'm friends with. Anyway, I just thought they were the same person because I went by the last name, and then I think I was literally doing my video about what did you say it was called again?
Whale Song.
Whale Song, and I'm reading, and there's a poem on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and the poem was written by Caleb, if I'm not mistaken. Or was the poem written by?
I think that was written by Quinn.
Was it written by Quinn?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
All right, I don't know. It confused me. You guys need to get that straightened out. Thank
Can
you.
one of y'all change your last name, please?
Yeah, exactly. Because the older I get, the more confused I get. The sounds of silence. Well, I nothing wrong with this blend at all. This
Let me
is
see your
nice.
camper. I didn't get to see your camper yet.
Why did you look at it like that?
Like what?
You gave it a weird look, like, oh, it might have Padre germs on it.
Well, I looked at it and I was like, well, there's some little there's some ash on it, and I was like, I don't want to put the ash in my ash. I don't want to touch the ashes.
The ashes cannot exchange places.
I don't want to touch your ash with my ash.
I understand. You keep your ash away from me.
You want to finish that little erotic fiction?
Yeah, go ahead if you must. With the Hobbit accent.
Let's see, Mirkwood. There it is. How does Bilbo talk? Fear could overtake you, but you have prepared for this journey. You take out your pipe from your pack and open your pouch filled with delicious pipeweed. An aroma of baking spice, nutmeg, buttercream, and caramel fills your senses. You light your pipe for the long journey through the forest. The plumes of sweet smoke bring peace to the air that is thick with enchantment. Your pipe resounds with notes of vanilla, almond, coconut, and cane sugar. As night befalls you, your senses get keener as you spot cobwebs in the trees and lurking eyes of yellow and red in the thickets. Just like this forest at nightfall, the mixture you puff now takes on darker tones. Notes of dark chocolate, deep red wine, tangy cherries, anise, and spiced blackberry have come to the forefront of your sense, rounding out the bowl. You've pressed on for many miles and finally spot the end of the old forest road. You look back upon the path you have trod and feel more courageous yet sad because the unexpected journey is now closer to an end. Peering once more into your pouch of tobacco, the thought comes to you, yes, I shall name this fine leaf after the ancient forest I have crossed. Mirkwood is thy name.
By what name shall this tobacco be known?
The end.
Mirkwood.
Was it a good performance?
I now baptize you, Mirkwood.
Blended by Quinn Crawford. I hope Quinn sees that. That was good. I thought that was a
all right.
good performance.
It was all right.
B plus.
All right.
Well, anyway, we gotta go.
Oh, Lord. What else is going on in your world?
Aside from when we go back to work, a whole lot of nothing. Trying to get back to making some videos, but that
You know, you had a year and a half off to make videos.
yeah, I had this thing I was doing called childcare.
They nap.
They sometimes. Sometimes.
I'll tell you a secret. Benadryl.
MDMA.
Diphenhydramine.
Benzodiazepine.
No, not in a kid.
That's illegal. I'm going to jail. I didn't do that. I was just
Here comes Child Protection Services looking for Mr. Mark
The
VV.
feds are on their way.
So, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for that first little spell of cool weather.
It's coming. We're in the
really
bird months. The October, September, December, November. Brr.
Except September for us isn't usually bearable.
Very hot.
It's very unbearable.
Unbearable.
Actually, today wasn't that bad though.
It really wasn't.
I think they got like a, what do they call it, a humidity front coming through. Maybe
Yeah.
the humidity's going to drop for us. But that's the beginning for us. Once we can get one or two of those little fronts through where just the humidity drops, then behind that comes the temperature drops. And once that happens, then we stop really worrying about what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico because, you know, this is the peak of the hurricane season. Pretty much August through about mid-September-ish.
This was really good, Quinn. Just saying. Excellent job.
Very well done. Absolutely.
So we apologize, or I apologize for, him not doing the video.
Okay, so he cut the deal. I wasn't involved in that. I didn't sign a contract. Had I known about it earlier, Quinn.
You did.
Liar.
What is that white button? Is that so you can take pictures while you're recording?
I don't know.
You want to press it and see what happens?
I think it's going to end.
Well, I might end the video.
I don't think it does anything.
Oh well.
I don't know.
Well, it's still going.
It's still going.
So if
So
you've
are
been
we.
with us for 36 minutes, good for you. I hope you caught my my little
Mirkwood.
Mirkwood performance. It's a performance.
It was a
It
performance.
was drama. Drama.
Worthy of a Pike Week award.
I think we could submit this to Phil, like best poem read on air by the Briarbot theme Mark TV. I'm gonna submit that for next year.
I think you should. You can self-nominate.
Maybe I'll start doing that for my channel. Just like open one of those little pipe poem books and just read them just like that.
That's cool.
And maybe I'll win some awards. Best pipe poetry.
A few summers ago, I did a series called Words Worthwhile.
Yeah, I
Remember that?
Yeah.
That was kind of it.
You didn't do an accent though.
No, I did my accent.
Was it like a yak?
Yeah.
Yat accent. From Nolans.
I was over at one of the pro-life clinics, and this lady comes up to me and she says, "Are you the one that does the Latin Mass over at wherever?" And I'm like, "No, sweetheart, I do the Yatin Mass." And for those of you who don't get that joke, down here in the New Orleans area, the real New Orleans accent is unlike what they show you in Hollywood, where everybody talks with a Southern accent. No one in New Orleans talks like that.
Where you at, darling?
It sounds more like the Bronx.
Yeah, it's like a Bronxy.
Yeah, it's like a Bronxy. They talk like this.
We're a melting pot.
It's called yak, and you misuse some voids, like
Yeah.
voids.
And like Calliope Street is not Calliope, it's Calliope.
So anyway, that's the yat, So, in fact, I was writing a Yatin Mass. It was, "The Lord be with you and with your mama and them. Amen."
Did you actually do that?
No, I just make that up. That's another little saying in the New Orleans area. How's your mom?
How's your mom know?
How's your mom and them? I
All
seen
one
them
word.
the other day at the grocery store making their groceries.
Getting a po' boy
Getting a po' boy and some chicory coffee.
from Central Grocery.
My goodness. So I was in a group text with you and Sarge. And hello, Sarge. I'm sorry it took us
Sarge and Savinelli.
almost 40 minutes to get into saying hello to you.
Hey, Sarge, what's up? If you've lasted this long, if you didn't cut it off by now,
Yeah.
you're
What's
a true
wrong
friend.
with you?
A true friend.
Or a true friend. One or the other.
I sent Sarge a package recently too. I gave him some cigars. But I have too much tobacco, so I just randomly give it to people.
I know that feeling. I know the feeling. That is the real addiction of this hobby. People, oh, you're addicted to tobacco. No, not really.
It's
I go
acquisition.
months without smoking. I'm addicted to buying the dag blasted stuff.
Acquisition. That's Cornell and Deal's fault.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
all that small.
What's funny, I was thinking about this the other day, is Cornell and Deal, like, they're the little train that could. Now, I don't mean that in the derogatory sense. I mean, like, they came out with one of their initial small batch blends was Carolina Red Flake, which ended up being like a big disaster.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember, they had everybody's tins turned moldy, and they had to like, it was a big PR disaster. Yet somehow they're still considered like the pipe tobacco company.
What
they do so much business, and these blends, they come out and they sell it instantly.
What was it? That was like 2018?
Yeah, it was like 2017, something like that.
2017,
And it was,
when that first one came out, and everybody's cans blew up.
And I'm like, I don't understand like how it was an incredible turnaround for them, of course. I'm pretty impressed with how they handled it, but.
Well, apparently the one they're releasing today, the Virginias are sourced from a family farm somewhere, like, from one provider.
We also thought it was kind of impressive on their part that, even though like not everybody loves Cornell and Deal and they're not for everybody, they've turned around and really made a killing on the small batch, like, shtick.
Mm-hmm.
They come out with one every couple months and sells out like that. I'm pretty sure all the Carolina Red Flake is all gone. I'm sure.
What's the honey bear?
Sun Bear?
Sun Bear.
They just came out with one called Mountain Flower, I think.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Not been paying attention.
But if I'm not
Sun Bear is C&D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's a nice Virginia.
But I think the difference between this year and the previous iterations, I don't think they do the tequila in the new one.
I didn't get this year's.
I don't think I did either, or if I did, I got 110 of it. But
last year it was the Black Locust B Bar for whatever.
But I think they used to put some silver tequila on top of it as a topping.
That's possible.
And I don't recall seeing that in this one, but maybe they did. I don't know.
So today's release of the California Red Flake, I think they're tossing a little Perique in.
Okay, so
Which is
it's
new.
another Perique one?
Yeah. Well, have they done Perique in the past?
I think they've done one.
Okay.
The original release was just Virginia, but
Yeah.
then I think the
What do they
subsequent
call it?
ones-
Old Belt or?
Old Belt Red Virginia.
Yeah.
So I think the subsequent releases they were starting to put Perique in it.
Yeah.
So.
Mm. Well, what else should we have to talk about
Okay,
today?
so I think that smoked through my Mirkwood.
Premature smoker.
I've been known to do that.
Too quick.
Just too excited. That's all it is. Just too excited. You really, even on relight, it's just perfect.
Yeah. Stays lit pretty well too. I mean, if you stop smoking and talk for a while, you may have to go back and relight. I like it. This is good stuff. Really good stuff. If there's a way for Country Squire to put this up regular, always.
Well, I think part of it is that they have to press it and let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something they have to look at. But if they did like a regular production, but if you're not part of their newsletter, get in the newsletter or their email list so you can start getting notifications. Because when the stuff comes out, it sells out pretty quickly. People normally crash their website when this kind of stuff comes out.
Do you still listen to the Country Squire radio program?
I do very much so.
I used to, and I just so many things I want to get back into doing that I haven't done. That was always a good show.
It is a great show. So if you don't know about that, Country Squire Radio has or the Country Squire Tobacconist has a auxiliary podcast called the Country Squire Radio podcast. It's on iTunes and I think any of the other streaming services for podcasts, and it's all pipes and tobacco and
John David and
two of the most southern gentlemen I know. They're hobbits. They're
I'm
small.
losing his name. John David and
John David Cole and Bo York.
Bo, good old Bo. And Bo moved away, and they continue to be able to do it remotely.
Yeah, actually,
Really
what they've been doing is they pick a location and they both travel to it, and they've been recording 10 episodes at once.
Wow.
And then a couple months pass and they go to a new location. So I think their last string of episodes was in Houston.
Wow.
And prior to that, it was in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Again, I'm kind of falling off the edge of the earth on some of this stuff.
So I think it's easier for them to do it that way because they don't have to get together every week. They just get together once every couple of months and do a...
Yeah, but that's 10 hours. You know, if you're doing 10 shows in
Well,
an
they
hour.
do it. They take a couple of days to do it.
Of course, I mean, we're almost 45 minutes into this.
We've been talking for an hour.
We haven't really said anything.
Nothing of import, at
And
least.
if you're still here,
You want me to leave?
can I ask why?
I gotta leave soon. Ish.
Yeah, well, it's probably a good time for her to wrap up. So, if we're reviewing Mirkwood, I wish you could get some.
I do too. So hopefully it'll come
you
out
would
again.
do yourself a favor if it's available when you're watching this. Go get you some. Country Squire.
Get on their email list.
Get on their email list. Country Squire tobacconist. And some prayers for them up in Jackson, Mississippi, too, with all the troubles they're facing right now.
So I was texting John David the other day, and I'm like, we were talking about just all the, you know, I was telling him where they, like I was seeing on the news, though, the National Guard is opening up some water sites at this place and this place. So I was texting him, like, hey, look, you know, just so you know, they have some National Guards sites set up for bottled water, so you could at least know where to go.
Yeah, bring them a cigar.
And I'm like, yeah, bring him a cigar. But I'm like, this is like Flint, Michigan 2.0.
Yeah. Not good.
And I think Flint, Michigan is still going on, isn't it? Isn't it still kind of a systemic issue?
I think so. We
So-
we have some third world problems.
We do in a first world country. It's crazy
Mhm.
how they can't get all that. They can't get the funding for it, and there's a whole list of reasons why this happened the way it did. But
It's weird because we can come up with a crap load of funding for Ukraine.
right, yeah,
It's weird we can come up with a crap load of funding to give
Some
student loans.
millions and millions and millions of dollars to Ukraine, and yeah.
Whoop, was I getting political? there?
Anyway, let's go ahead.
Well, yeah, this is this is well worth it, folks. This is good stuff. You can never go wrong, in my opinion, with a Country Squire blend.
You really can't. You really
Yeah,
can't.
good stuff. So should we begin to wrap this up?
Signing off is Brian and Padre
That
Piper.
guy, yeah. So whose channel is it going on?
Yours, I
It's
think.
going on mine. You don't think anybody will watch your channel?
Well, the Briar Bothy is my moniker. I think I'm gonna change it soon though.
Again,
Potentially.
you've been like 15 different names.
Well, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I
Never
was gonna
does.
do like tobacco and out the Scotch reviews, and the Scotch thing just didn't pan out for me.
He's big on ideas.
Maybe I'll say the Briar Bothy. I don't know.
Not so big on execution of those ideas, but he's big on ideas.
Yep, that's the story of my life.
And now he's going back to work, and so he won't get anything done.
Maybe I'll start doing a little car one. Remember when I was doing cigars and cars? Remember that?
I do remember that was the one you took it down, but you threatened to throat punch me.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
What?
You
Are we still
denied
having that
to this day. We
conversation?
are still having that conversation. You hadn't even met me
I
yet in
did
person.
not.
John, our good friend, had talked to both of us individually and said, "Hey, you guys live near each other," and that's how we became friends. And before he met me, and John was putting us in touch, I don't know, he made some comment in his video about he was going to get lunch with me or something. We were going to meet, and if I wasn't a nice guy or something, he was going to throat punch me. And to this day, he denies that. And then the video disappeared. He took the video down and still didn't. Oh, I never had that video up.
Okay, so to my credit, he still met me. He still came out and had lunch with me. So it's,
You still threatened me.
So?
You're a nice guy. Nice guy. Everyone needs a friend like this.
Throat punch.
You see? I'm seeing him.
Now I gotta go back and see the videos. I gotta go find this video.
You think you still have it?
Well, I'll probably put it as private.
Oh, so you didn't really take it down. You just
Probably not.
privatized
I
it.
just privatized it. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Throat punch. That's you rename your channel Throat
Some
Punch
people
Mark.
need a throat punch. Not you, but maybe back then I thought maybe you did.
It's possible. All right, I guess we ought to wrap this up. We have been going on now for a long time about nothing. I even called you George Costanza.
Seinfeld to a T.
Yep, a show about nothing. So
We should do that. We should just do a pipe channel about nothing.
I think we just did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So you're gonna sign us off, or am I signing us off?
this is Padre Piper and Mark VD.
Wishing you and yours
God's peace
grace.
and blessings.
There you go. All right. Have some fun. All that good stuff. I'm just going to reach out with my big finger and press the stop button. See y'all.